Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Vanilla Heroes. Last episode we set ourselves up with some beacons. We had a little special Saturday episode where we took down the Wither a couple times, got ourselves some beacons, and also set us up with some conduit power below. Let's see if we can get a good view of that. Bam. Beautiful. Right in the center of our base, it's a nice little heartbeat to the entire thing. It has taken some getting used to because I think if I turn my volume up a little bit here, you can start to really, it has this weird hum to it. It's almost eerie, but it feels really cool right next to this end portal. But we didn't do that for just no fancy reason at all. We've got plans. And today will mark the start of a project. I don't know if we're going to be able to finish it today because there's a lot of grinding that's going to have to happen for it. But I at least want to start the base framework for it. So, you see that platform down there? We've got to extend this floor down to there. But what we're going to do is replace the oak. The oak that looks so bad. Let me see if I can find, look at it warping. Oh yeah, right there. Oh, beautiful. We're going to be making an aquarium. I think the best way for us to kind of encapsulate Update Aquatic in this is to make a giant floor aquarium. Every time we walk over it, we're going to see it. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So to start off today's episode, I want to go ahead and put up these walls. I know a couple episodes back I said that I wasn't a big fan of them, but Naragal swung by here and had a good point of the reason they look as bad as they do is because there's no depth to them. It's just a flat ceiling to a flat floor. And I really think I need to add more structure to it, just make it a little more sound. And then I was playing around a bit, and I think we're going to start working on some spiral staircases as well. I think that will come on after we get the aquarium, though. And just to get a kind of gauge on size, we were playing around with some circles here. And I think that's about the size we're going to go for. Maybe one in from each side. Smaller, I think, would be the smallest we would go for this to get us up attached to the top floor. But to get things started out today, what I want to do is start by ripping out this floor. I feel like this is going to be a bad idea. Just throwing it out there that it feels like it's going to be a bad idea because I feel like there's going to be a lot of mobs. But I really just want to get this out of the way. So I'm going to hop on that. It's not going to be something that we can really do a time-lapse of because the space is so cramped in here. But I will meet back up with you once we've got this all ripped out. And that was almost the death of me. Okay, so we are working our way through it, but we've got ourselves a villager here, so we're going to try to see if we can actually catch him so that we can save ourselves some effort. Come on, get in there. There we go. Do we have a name tag? We're going to name... It's going to be a her. We already got Steve. We're going to go with Sally. Sally. Alright. So if we name Sally, we kind of lucked out with the rain on this one. I never thought I would say that. Alright, we got a Sally now. Boom. Sally is caught. And we now have 2 villagers. Okay, so it's raining. I take back my statement about this being a blessing in disguise because, yeah, it's a nightmare. There's mobs everywhere. We're almost done getting rid of all the slabs, but that being said, every single spot that could be spawnable is spawnable at the moment. But we have one more villager that I think we want. Come on. Let's see if we can do this. Oh no. Dang it. This always ends well for me. Not really. Get out of here. Okay. So we still have the villager alive. That's what matters. Oh wait, we don't have... Never mind. We don't have a name tag. This is horrible. But that's the last bit we got. That little portion. And that's what's giving us all this grief. But mobs are everywhere. So now that we've kind of got to this point and you can kind of see where we're going with this, I think my next step, since I do have the slabs down. Oh, red. There's a... No. No. Get out of here. Okay. What is hitting? No. So, as I was saying, this is the last bit we got. And hindsight's 2020. We're done. Let's run. Run, run. No, no. Okay. So, hindsight's 2020. We probably should have taken the stone out from below it first. But the thought is, we're going to come down here. We're going to grab the extra dirt that we have, since dirt will be easy to get rid of in the back end. And we're going to get rid of this. I think we should be able to reach this from down here. No. Oh. This gets more and more terrifying every step I take. So I think I should be able to put dirt here, but then it's not going to be spawn proof, so it's kind of a 50-50 deal here. Yeah, we're going to get rid of this. We need to start clearing this out. And once all of the stone is gone, we should be set to kind of mock out our aquarium in dirt. Alright, so we are on the bottom layer. We have managed to clear out everything, and it's made our base pretty much useless until we actually finish this project, which I think is going to be nice. It's going to give us the motivation to get this project done as fast as possible, but with that in mind, I don't want to rush this project. We left over there is one pillar to kind of let us know where that spiral staircase will go, and I kind of left actually the whole platform here for where I wanted this one to go. And looking at it from down here, I think we might have gone a bit too big. We might need to narrow that down by a radius of 1 or 2. But this is what I wanted to do. So I wanted to kind of sketch it out with dirt just because, yeah, I think dirt is kind of the way to go. If I've been watching a lot of Good Times with Scar, and he's been talking about kind of get your shape in dirt before you start throwing in the blocks, because it's so much easier to take care of it. And I can agree with that now. Like, taking out full blocks is a pain. But that being said, I want to kind of come off to this side. It's a bit hard to tell because it does kind of warp into this wall a little bit, because you got to think that this is where the back sand block is going to go, and I need it to kind of be a part of the wall in a way. But I think this is about as far as dirt is going to take us, sadly, because I was thinking about it more, and I'm going to be putting sand, and I'm going to be putting sandstone, and I'm basically going to try to give this almost like an ocean floor kind of vibe, not a Minecraft ocean floor with gravel everywhere. We're going to go with sand. We're going to keep it tropical. But I started thinking about it, and if I broke the wrong block, the sand would drop, and then we'd have to deal with this all over again. So my thought is stone brick. We've got a lot of it. I can slab it on this level, stair it where I need to, and I think it will give us a nice kind of feeling of almost completion, because it'll round off this edge, and if we make this look right the first time, I'm thinking all we'll have to do in the end is come up underneath it and put some prismarine in. So I'm going to start the process of trying to get all the stone in, and then I really want to work with you guys on the sand part of it. I want to get the beach feel established on this episode. So I will start making progress on that. I might see if I can try to do a time lapse, and if I can, you'll probably start hearing music right about now. But I'm excited. I think this is going to turn out really well, and I'm really thinking it's going to be worth the effort we're putting into it. Guys, this is looking awesome. So we got it all in, and I just want to, instead of looking inside, I want you guys to look at the outside. I think this looks so much better than I actually thought that it would. Like, it slopes off into nothingness, but it doesn't, like, it looks pretty natural. All I would really change is I wish we had, like, sideways stairs or something that we could do to bridge these together. But it's Minecraft. That's not going to happen. But I've been throwing some stuff together. I started throwing down some sand just to kind of get an idea of if it was going to look the way I wanted it to, and it really is. And I just need to fill in the rest of this stuff with sand to go ahead and get it started. But I wanted to run some stuff by you guys. So we've got the stone brick in. The only things left to really put in is I really want to put prismarine brick on this top layer where the glass floor is going to be. I think it looks really structural. It's going to kind of tie in the sand a little more. And then I'm thinking regular prismarine on the layer where the air is exposed to it, and maybe one more layer down, like right here, to being just underwater. That way it feels like they're in an aquarium, and then from that point on we can kind of start throwing sand in, and also like some sandstone and all that stuff just to give some texture to this whole shape. But I really wanted just to know how you guys feel about that. I think it looks really nice. I think it's going to be a really cool combination. And then the other thing that came up was the ring around this. So I love the stone slab. I'm a big supporter of stone slabs. I think it's a nice texture with some hard lines to break it up. And as you can tell, I'm a big fan of it. But I made this to where the stone brick came just on the outside of the slabbing. So the question is, do we figure out a way to integrate the stone brick and get rid of the slabs altogether? Or do we start putting slabs right here on top of the stone brick and kind of move this strip inward by one? I think those are really our main two options at this point. So that's going to be a tomorrow problem because I really don't feel like addressing it right now. I really want to start working on getting the aquarium put together. But I want that to be in your guys' mind. I want to know what you guys think we should do with this. So I'm going to keep moving on ahead. I'm going to start pasting the sand all over the place. We got a lot to place. and then come back to you guys once we got an idea of what we're working with so that we can start kind of sculpting it together. Progress update. Watching Fairy Tail is fantastic for grinding because this seemed to pass by like in no time, but I'm super excited with how it's turning out. Ended up going with just one line of the prismarine instead of two because I felt like it took away from the grandness of the sand, and it's still looking very empty. There's still a lot of terraforming we need to do, but what I think needs to happen next, because I've been looking into it a little bit. Water spawns drowns when its light level is under 7. So what that means is that most of this is going to be spawning drowns until I can get some sea pickles and stuff like that in there to light it up. So what I want to do is put the entire glass layer on already, which is why I went ahead and put these little portholes in. So once we actually have this fully up and operational, we can actually come into here and swim with the fish. And then we just hop back out and close the door behind us. I'm not quite sold on the oak yet, but it's just something that I had in my inventory at the time. So if we come up with a better trapdoor design than that, we will. But I'm going to go ahead and put the layer of glass in, and then it'll be time to fill this in with water. So I'm looking forward to that. I think it's going to look fantastic, and I think we just need to get this out of the way. And man, I've got to say that it just keeps getting better and better, each layer that we put on. The hard lines aren't horrible to me. They almost give it kind of a tile pattern, but I'm looking forward to when we have Optifine on our server so that the edges of the glass will become seamless, and then it'll look more like a nice big aquarium floor. So the last thing that I think we need to do is get ourselves a water source infinite going on like so. And then from there, it should be pretty simple. And I'm thinking if we keep doing it like this, my hope is that it will begin to kind of auto-fill itself in like that. Yeah, that's awesome. So basically, we will keep on pulling water all the way around every corner. And we have to do this layer by layer till we reach right about here. I'm not seeing why there would be any issues with it. The biggest issue that I see coming is that I think we're going to run into water issues. Like, well, that's obvious. I feel like we're going to run into issues with drowns spawning in the water, and that's going to make it a pain in the butt, especially once we officially start having this all set up. So I'm going to just keep on placing water. So that should be the last little bit of this first layer. And something happened that I wasn't expecting, but it was actually a good thing, so I thought I would show you guys. Seeing as we did the outer layer the way we did it, like we strictly just did the outer layer, it actually filled in all of the corners for us too, it seems. So let's see if we can see it in action right here. Once you get them done, they all kind of just sync together and actually fill in everything, which turned out to be almost like a blessing in disguise, because I thought I was going to have to go around both side corners to get everything done. And now the real test is to see what it looks like from down here. So putting aside the darkness side of it, and we might actually benefit from bringing it today, I don't think that looks too bad. Like once we get some light put into the water, I think that it could still look good with the layer of air in the middle. So I think we're going to stick with the original plan and leave the air in here, because I've now got some ideas for adding in some turtles and kind of just adding everything that I possibly can from Update Aquatic into this, and kind of just having this whole beach feel going on here. So now all we have to do is go ahead and start working layer by layer, filling up to the sand, and we should be at a really good spot to keep moving forward. Okay, so this is looking great. I could not have expected it to look this good, to be honest. And the conduit power is actually making this look a lot cooler than I thought it would be. Yeah, as seen in the last clip, it was really easy actually putting the water into this place, mainly because there was nothing actually blocking its way. It was a very flat ground. Same went for the second and third layer, and then for the fourth layer, just to save myself from having to do this the entire time trying to get it there, I decided to use some of the extra ice that I had from the Guardian farm just to sprinkle that in everywhere here and there, and then it did all of the work for it. So we've got a lot of space down here to actually fill in, but I don't think I'm going to have enough time this episode to actually do that. So I wanted to reflect on just what we have right here. I still have my worries because I'm not sure how I feel about the water underneath the stained glass and it honestly feels kind of far away because the glass really doesn't look like it's there aside from the very top layer, so it almost feels like it's 2 blocks away from us. But I have ideas for what I want to put into this, and I think this is what we're going to have to live with. So we've got basically 4 layers of water to kind of do some terraforming with and make the ground itself look pretty good. And that's going to be cutting it tight for adding in coral and adding in all sorts of other colorful bits into it. But I think we can make it work. And I want to run this by you guys. What else do you think that we could add into this aquarium to make it... I'm not wanting this to look like a full-blown city aquarium where all it is fish and sea life. I think we could add some fun stuff like think a house aquarium where you've got the lighthouse in there for the fish to kind of swim around in, the treasure chest or shipwreck or something like that. It's going to be hard to fit into just that four deep water and make it still look right, but I think we could kind of play around with it and see what we could come up with. So if you guys have any ideas for that, I think the best way would honestly be to kind of tweet your ideas at me at the Twitter in my in the description below, just so that I kind of can see what you guys are talking about versus your comments. Aside from that, this ended up being a very insane project to take on for one episode, and I spent the good portion of pretty much the entire weekend cleaning all of this up. So if you guys enjoyed this very kind of cut and giving you guys updates as I went along episode, let me know. I'd love to see a like if you guys enjoyed it, and if you really enjoyed it and just want to see more of where this base is to go, I'd love it if you guys subscribed. The little bell icon should let you know whenever I release a new episode, and I look forward to catching you guys in the next one. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys later.